Hello and welcome to Moviefone. Welcome to Moviefone, TV's thrills and chills spotlight. Your ticket to all that scary fun at the movies. Gore galore. The latest chapter in the iconic horror franchise, Final Destination, Bloodlines, featuring Anna Laurie and Richard Harmon, follows a college student who races to uncover her family's connection to death's design before their fates are sealed.
Drinks all around.
Final Destination 5 had like the best ending of any movie ever. So when we first heard they were doing another one, we were like, well, how? And then we heard John Watts's idea for this movie, basing it around a family.
I mean, it was much different when I first read it. And they had made little changes to Stephanie that were reflective of who I am as a person.
Family. You don't get to pick the one you get. Just gotta love the one you got.
It's so spectacular and so epic and so funny and over the top almost in such a fun way that it's such an experience. Final Destination movies are experiences.
It's just fun to watch people get torn into pieces. Like it's simple as that. I don't know what that says about me.
I always knew this day would come.
I got it.
I don't think you got it.
I held him off for years.
I think two directors really helps the movie. They were shooting so many different sets at once, and it's also cool to see like their strengths, right, and like which kind of notes they come in and give.
Two brains melded into one super brain.
Yeah, it does often feel like a directing superpower because a director sometimes really wants to be right up next to the actors and at the monitors at the same time, and we get to do that in both places.
We had rehearsal with them for a week beforehand, so we really got a sense during rehearsal who to go to for what.
Won't stop till he finishes the job. Death is coming for our family.
The more real it feels, the more horrific it is. So we used practical effects wherever we could so that what you're seeing happen is as real as possible.
They took so much pride in making sure that it was there in person and they were really filming some sort of like practical element or prop. Like props was amazing, special effects was amazing.
Absolutely.
Grandma, what's happening to us? Years ago, I had a premonition that started it all. I saw what death was about to do.
You go to a Final Destination movie for a different reason than any other movie.
Sure.
And even within the horror genre, it delivers something that I think others don't.
Yeah.
It sort of has this like lighthearted air, but it's also intensely like grotesque and disgusting and weirdly satisfying.
Maybe death's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
Seaside Slasher. In the horror sequel, I Know What You Did Last Summer, starring Freddie Prinze Jr. and Madeline Klein, a group of friends is hunted by a vengeful killer as dark secrets from the past resurface.
Hi! Thanks for coming!
Can you believe our best friends are getting married?
Unmarked envelope. Could it be cash? A check?
Sony came to me and asked, would you be interested in doing this after Do Revenge? And I immediately said yes, and then I started really thinking about, okay, where would these two people be? And how would what happened to them really inform them? And then what would that mean if younger people came to them with the same dilemma that they went through?
I'm calling 911.
Everyone chill out! We don't tell anybody what happened tonight.
We should go.
The original movie is so beautiful, like the iconography of all these incredible actors who went on to have these amazing careers.
Once Jen pitched me where the character was at, what he had gone through, and her interpretation of how he processed the trauma that happened to both him and Julie, I got really excited before they even wrote the script.
It isn't something I like talking about.
You survived this one. We need your help.
With the original, there's just so much, like, aura with the cast, like, just effortless swag, and I think the nostalgia of the friend group juxtaposed with the trauma of what's going on, I think that's fun to play with, and, you know, your heart, like, really starts to love these people and these characters, and to see them get picked off, I think that's made the change for this film to, like, really affect the culture.
You can't run. You can't hide. Get them before they get you.
They're legends.
Great.
Yeah.
They're so cool and so kind. Such amazing human beings who had so much to teach us, obviously because of the characters, saw so much of themselves in us. It was a real, like, beautiful passing of the torch moment.
I love working with young people. It's inspiring to see that group leaned on each other so much and cared for one another so much. I just wanted to be a part of that circle, even though I'm like 20, 30 years older than all of them.
They're icons, and also to be part of this franchise too is just out of this world.
That was a great bond. And
Yeah, I think we got really lucky. And I mean, apart from just incredible performances that everyone gives, really great people, and couldn't have picked better people to be in Australia filming this movie with.
We are not gonna die today.
To find out where to watch any movie, check out Moviefone.com. Find it, watch it. Up next on Moviefone TV, thrills and chills, cursed gifts, and twisted thrillers. Moviefone Trivia. Stay tuned for the answer.
For the majority of the time, I am alone, and I knew that would be something different.
Moviefone Trivia. Cursed gifts. Dakota Fanning stars in the horror thriller Vicious as a mysterious box plunges a young woman into a nightmare world of twisted reality and impossible choices.
When I first read it, I was very struck by the challenge of it all. You know, I knew that it would be a very physically and emotionally demanding experience. I felt like I hadn't really properly gotten to dive into a pure horror film, which I felt like this would really be that. It was something that I hadn't done before, and I thought, why not?
So late.
Do you have your phone? I can call for you.
This house, it's a lot for a young woman.
I don't know that I would have gotten myself into the predicament that Polly did. People ring my door, ring my gate. I just pretend I'm not home.
You are going to die tonight.
What are you talking about?
Unless you give it what it wants.
That moment of her receiving the mysterious gift is the beginning of this kind of psychological battle that she ends up having with herself. And it weirdly reminded me when I first read the script and was thinking about it and thinking about like what would keep me grounded in this experience. I remembered I had this dream once that was like a truly like lucid dream where I woke up in the morning and like didn't know if it had been real or not. Like it took place in my apartment and I like woke up and was like, I've lost my mind. Like, you know what I mean? Like I really had one of those moments. It was crazy. That was sort of my inspiration for this, was like the feeling that dream had given me. I feel like Polly is like locked in that feeling throughout the whole film.
Hello! I thought it was a nightmare, but I didn't wake up. You won't wake up.
For the majority of the time, I am alone, and I knew that would be something different, you know, a challenge and something that I hadn't done before, and And even though I developed such a strong rapport with the crew and with Brian and with Tristan, the DP, and so I never felt alone. I always felt like I had a really collaborative support system around me, and they may not have always been actors, but they were creative people, and we were all kind of there on the same journey. And so even though I maybe looked alone, I never really felt alone. I always felt like I had them there to collaborate with.
I want to play.
Twisted thriller. In the psychological thriller, The Man in My Basement, featuring Corey Hawkins and Willem Dafoe, a desperate homeowner's deal to rent out his basement draws him into a sinister pact that awakens buried traumas and terrifying truths.
Mr. Charles Blakey? Yeah, I'm Blakey. I have it in mind to rent your basement for a couple of months.
It is an unusual arrangement, right? It's a bit of a deal with the devil, maybe. Charles is this sort of adrift in life, living in this historic Black enclave in Sag Harbor, and he's at risk of losing his ancestral home. And this man shows up with this strange deal to rent his basement. It's a deal that Charles can't pass up.
I wasn't expecting to find any of this here. Keep these close to you.
If I'm honest, I really just need the money.
I thought her profession was really cool. She collects antiques, so she's an historian, and it's African-American history, and it's the tangible items of that history, and it's, I guess, niche in some circles.
No, and we talked about that a lot. We talked about like the whole idea of history being encapsulated in objects, but also in textiles. Like there's a kind of hardness to Charles's mask, but there's like a softness to the textiles that she's collecting.
We all been searching our hearts to be kind since your mom died. A man from the bank wants to buy your house and reclaim their debt.
She gets there not expecting to find much or see much, and instead she finds this treasure trove of huge opportunity.
Why'd you choose my house? There's some answers you don't need to know.
Working with Willem is just a gift. You don't have to do too much work. You really just kind of show up, know your lines, and do your job. And when you're as prepared as he is, it was really like running with stallions. And I include, of course, our incredible director in that because she was like our composer.
I think also you and Willem have one thing that's really in common, which is you understand filmmaking. And I remember there was a day where it was like, we had to get like a really important setup shot, and we were like, we got like 2 minutes left, and we were like, we're going handheld, we're gonna like run and gun this. And Willem just turned and went, it's 5 p.m. on a Friday, let's go. Yeah, but he's like, I get this, let's do, you know. And I was like, oh, this is great, because it actually feels like everybody here understands the full 360 of what filmmaking is.
Why are you here? Why are you here?
Next on Moviefone TV, thrills and chills, murder mystery, and dark minds. Moviefone trivia. The answer when we return.
It's a bit of a departure for me in terms of I've played a lot of baddies and psychopaths in the last few years.
Moviefone trivia. Murder mystery. In the mystery comedy The Thursday Murder Club, starring Helen Mirren, Pierce Brosnan, Ben Kingsley, and Celia Imrie, 4 retirees who investigate cold cases for fun find themselves entangled in a real-life whodunit close to home.
Joyce, are you a nurse? Bang on target. I'm Elizabeth. Would you take a look at that for me, please?
Dear God.
'Tis a lot of blood. Would you care to join us to discuss things further? Who is us? I'm sorry, how rude of me. We're the Thursday Murder Club. Well, I had read the book. I'd read the book at least a year before and thought, oh my goodness, this would make a great movie. And immediately I thought, and I think I'm the right person to play Elizabeth.
I wanted to be part of it because this is a beloved book. Ron Ritchie is a great character, the company of Sir Ben, Dame Helen, Celia, and it was a glorious summer.
I fell in love with the material. I thought the books were extraordinary. And I felt that way 20 years ago when I first read Harry Potter. And I felt that way again when I read Thursday Murder Club.
It's a club about murder. Does sound a bit bonkers.
In breaking news,
There's been a murder. An actual murder.
the victim appears to have been bludgeoned to death.
Now we've got a real case to solve. Isn't it wonderful?
He's such a great filmmaker. He knows where to put the camera. He knows how to tell the story. So when you walk into the proscenium arch of the camera, so to speak, you feel like you're on stage.
Well, I use 2 words to describe him, if possible: encouraging and enthusiastic. He brought joy to each day, and that was very infectious.
You are mixed up in dangerous things.
How exciting.
You're dealing also with a great nuanced story of characters who are aging, who are dealing with the challenges of life, and who are alive and passionate about what they do, and in this case, solve cold cases and then ultimately a murder.
It's interesting that of all the hobbies that they could choose, they have chosen the most demanding of pastimes.
We're all suspects. Bugger.
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 I had to make the movie. And when you feel that way, that hopefully is a recipe for success.
We need a Thursday Murder Club.
Dark Minds. In the tense thriller series, The Institute, featuring Ben Barnes, a kidnapped teen with special powers tries to escape a secret facility as a haunted ex-cop uncovers a dark connection between them.
Your brain and what it can do is a gift. God knows it didn't come from us. Welcome to the Institute.
Being asked to read something that is Stephen King is kind of like being asked to read something that's like Marvel or some other author that you've admired for such a long time. He has his own cinematic universe.
I've always loved Stephen King. He's very identifiable for me because he just
He's
goes
an
to
institution himself.
He is.
My parents? Do they know where I am? Are they alive?
Of course. We're not monsters.
It's a bit of a departure for me in terms of I've played a lot of baddies and psychopaths in the last few years, so to be able to play a guy who's got a real good grip on his moral compass and is sort of fighting for good in the world was really appealing.
Without our work, the world as we know it would cease to be. It's my responsibility to see that that work gets done, so it will get done.
It's slightly different because the kids are slightly older in the show. You're still looking at them all as kids, so it's still as disturbing for sure.
It was very important to Stephen from the beginning. It was very important to me and Jack that we preserve this fact of the book, of the kids having to be the engine of their own rescue. That's really what attracted me to the story, I think.
Sometimes you win by showing you're still willing to fight.
We're gonna do more than that.
The Parkland massacre had happened about a year or so before. I saw those kids standing up to adults, to politicians, saying, "Get out of our way, you screwed up, we know how to fix it, just let us do it." And I looked at it and I went, they're right, and that's the future, and they are the future. So a touchstone for this became, children shall inherit the earth, but first they have to save themselves.
We're gonna bring this whole place down.
Stay tuned. There's more coming up on Moviefone TV. Thrills and chills. Thanks for watching Moviefone TV. To find out where to watch any movie, scan the QR code so you can get notified to download the new Moviefone app.